One Extra.
BBC Radio 1 Extras, Reece Parkinson here. We are joined. Look at he's got the smug look already. Unknown P, welcome to the show.
Go on, Mandem. How are you doing, Reece? Look at you. I just love the glisten of the Radio 1 Extra studio lights off that lovely forehead of yours.
That's my insecurity. The oily forehead is... I have a massive forehead, and you just pointed out this oily? You hit me with
brother,
two things.
Why do you think I wear this cup? Samesies.
Me or Rihanna?
Oh, no, I couldn't diss Riri.
Okay.
You know, that's Bay. So, no, you're taking the forehead crown for sure.
Okay.
You've got good head. That's what they say about you.
Okay, I'll take that as a pro. But I know, P, you say you're the first UK posh drill rapper. What ends do you actually claim, though?
So I am from the clarting capital of the country, Surrey. I don't know if you've ever heard my Fire in the Booth. There's a line in there, you know, I'm from Surrey, where me and the Mandem always go hunting, and the geldem are thick, like Theresa Mail on Real Big Bunting. You heard that lyric before? You're probably too busy playing RuneScape, weren't you?
I gave up the RuneScape a few years ago, but I have heard that lyric, and it makes sense. I didn't know if that was actually like where you grew up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I moved around a little bit. So obviously I went to college in Eton, and then, you know, I spent a couple of, you know, I did spend a bit of time in the trenches in Dulwich.
Oh, you went Eton?
I did go Eton, yeah.
Wow. Boris Johnson.
It's always good, you know, if the clarting fails, it's always good to be able to fall back on Latin. So if you're not doing clarting, fall back on the Latin.
For Eton, with a good experience?
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, you know, you make some very close friendships there. Some sort of, you know, some friends for life, if you know what I mean.
So drop in this Thursday. Why Piers Morgan? Why the top? I don't know if I can see you two as friends, but are you?
Okay, so Piers is one of the few people I'm not friends with yet. But, you know, people always ask me, oh, Percy, why have you made a song about Piers Morgan? Piers Morgan is very much the scepter of the middle class world. You know, 3 houses, 8.9 million, a daily television show, multiple yachts. I've heard he's got an enormous yacht. That's the sort of life I'm aspiring to. I mean, you know, I'm not far off, but, you know, in terms of, it's always good to have role models, isn't it? And I feel like Piers is sort of right up there with the likes of Gandhi and Mother Teresa.
Gandhi?
Yeah, have you heard of them? Very, very popular Afrobeat rapper.
And Mother Teresa?
Mother Teresa, not the big bumting Teresa, the other one, the kind one.
So Gandhi, the Afrobeat artist, but actual Mother Teresa.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone else in the UK that you rate apart from Piers Morgan? Anyone that you'd be like, you know what, I actually would do a track with them, or I would make a song about them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of very much sort of part of the scene. I know who's popping and who's not. So, you know, I'm a man of the people. So I'd say when it comes to the biggest names in, you know, urban culture, people like John Burko, Jeremy Paxman, Mary Berry, you know, people like that, you know, I think they're all on my radar. So once they sort of step into the drill world, there's going to be some fire clouds. Brop!
But talk to me about kind of like, a lot of people will speak about drill music and speak about the kind of negative connotations that come along with it. But what's your reaction to the scene? How have you felt being obviously a massive driller yourself?
Okay, so if we're being honest, and I'm going to say a bad word here, I think posh people should just shut up. Am I allowed to say that?
You can say that.
I think they should just shut up. Sorry, I don't usually swear, but I just honestly think they should shut up because, you know, most of the time, us posh people, you know, we're out classing pheasants and foxes most of the time, so we're hardly the most peaceful race. But I think what it is I'm just sort of bursting that bubble. You know, you don't have to be a certain type of person to do drill. If you've got money, if you've got a middle-class upbringing, the world is your oyster. Have you ever tasted an oyster? You're probably more used to Morley's, aren't you?
Wow. Rude, but no.
Oh, am I jumping the gun?
No,
Sorry.
you're actually right. I haven't tasted an oyster before.
This is the thing. I've got a good judge of character. I mean, your forehead does give a lot away. The grease has got to come from somewhere. Could someone get him some milk? Anybody? Carlene?
Producer Carlene's in tears outside, laughing at me.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I'm sure it's a pretty regular occurrence, to be fair. I mean, have you heard your voice? It's like listening to SpongeBob for 2 hours every evening.
This is my show, by the way, that you're a guest on, promoting your single, Unknown P.
Listen, I'm sure all you and your 3 listeners are very much benefiting from my presence on the show right now.
Wow. I can tell your mum obviously brought you up really well. So well-mannered, unknown P.
Listen. Don't bring Mildred into this.
Oh, I'm going to bring Mildred into this.
No, you're not going to bring Mildred into anything.
Yes,
no, you're not.
Yeah, oh, yes, I am. Mildred's coming in. She's in. Now.
I bet your mother's name is Karen, isn't it?
Jackie, but her best friend's called Karen.
Well, put it this way. I'm going to be doing some LinkedIn stalking after this, and best you believe I'll be bucking Jackie very soon.
What do you mean?
That's bucking with a B, by the way.
Unknown P, I wanted to talk to you about some of the remixes that you've been doing. How do you do these so quick?
Well, that's what Waitrose Coffee will do to a mom.
So that's where you get the inspiration?
Okay, so the inspo. I was always a very big fan of poetry in school, Caroline Duffy, one of the original spitters. And so I think sort of when it comes to the rhyme scheme of stanzas and just placing certain words in certain places, similes, literary devices, it all just sort of flows through me. Do you know what I mean? It sort of flows through me like vibranium. And so I hear a beat, I sort of close my eyes, get into my drilly meditation, and boom, we have a masterpiece.
And for the people who say that you're too posh for drill, you're abusing the culture. What do you say to that? Them.
I don't say anything. I let my pumpy do the talking.
I just had a fly on my face, by the way, for the first 10 minutes of this interview.
I know, I didn't want to say anything. You're very much the sort of Mike Pence of One Extra.
Look, I had a fly from work earlier, and I thought, I went on my eye, and I was like, surely it's come out. It's come out during this interview.
Well, I know that's one of the consequences of eating on the move. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to eat, just stop, sit down and eat the fly. Don't walk with it.
Well, I wasn't going to eat the fly, but...
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just know that, times are hard. So...
Yeah, well... So
for some. I'm doing pretty good.
You're always doing good. You're wearing Burberry.
Yes, well, I picked it off. I picked it up the other day, and I just thought to myself, doing an interview, I just want to be sort of... I just want to be laid back. I don't want to wear anything too smart. So this is all I came up with.
Yeah. Where from? Dagenham Market?
Oh, God, no. No.
Sorry.
There's a place called Teresa. It's sort of like the boohoo of the rich.
Thank you, bro. Perfect.
If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. For more great audio and video from the BBC, listen on Sounds, watch on iPlayer.